there's a lot of Gemini in the air, and with Mercury going only 2 weeks and a half away, I got to make sure I take care of myself, that my communication level is like blowing my own mind, which is not unnatural for me. I always blow my own mind. I'm just not competing with anybody but myself, is what I'm saying. And so, but with the Gemini planets, if you haven't noticed, it's like kind of hard to ground. It's very mental. So make sure you don't burn your meal if you even make a meal. And how do you like the comedy relief? I'm going to start animating. A lot of people don't like exciting people, like as far as like how they can really become different shades of something, but they like their television set, which is even more hideous, right? I mean, there's a jingle behind everything every 30 seconds, and whew, I can only imagine what is going on. It's bad enough. See, I'm on YouTube and I get commercials that they are able, it's legal to do, and I'm like, man, I hope people are smarter than that, but they're not. There's something going on. It's like, have you learned to kind of just back out of it and look from afar? Talking about that, that's Pluto. Pluto does that, and we have a Pluto aspect coming up, probably around, it's just tapering off when I put this video up. I'll put it up during the Pluto aspect, because it's coming on, and what's going to start like kind of trying to rear itself up is something of the control nature, but it's kind of different, this one. I can feel this is the chance for the rebel to kind of really fight back at something. See, because when I keep saying something, because it's fading out. We kind of know now, and the main thing we're going to have to be interested in is how to back out of it, how to just be the solution instead of the problem. And so, what am I talking about? Well, Pluto is going backwards, and it's going to go back into the Capricorn range, which has been the hard 14 or 15 years of, well, depends, but my generation here, from 1969, late 70 more like, to around 1977 or so, or 78, there's a span where Pluto and Uranus was both in Libra. And that's the Libra generation, what I'm talking about. That's my generation, and we are about to, we're nearing our 50s or getting right there, and it's a time for us, like, babes, it's a time of awakening. You're not here. See, they always tell you that. Well, you're not here to do the cradle to the grave, 9 to 5, and what you're here to do, really, with the late blooming quality that Libra really does exhibit, is known for. Um, they will come into a lot of things at the later age, which is, of course, like, does it make sense to even know what you're up to as far as your condensed version of an information field that you have been practicing that is now going to contribute out? God have mercy, but no, really, the way that it really works, you have no idea. Because see, now I'm looking at the script, because you don't have any idea. There is a world out there, it's fashioned up, it's very obvious, right? That is actually a distraction to, you know, uh, your natural process of being, accessing through just your intuition. What is your purpose here? Towards what? The truth. Yeah. It's really important to work your words very, very intricately. See, I can do this, and I'm really enjoying the Mercury passage through Gemini. And what it's going to do is it's going to square Saturn. Let alone the Sun will be squaring Saturn. See, I see this it's weird, because Saturn's in Pisces, and it's like, how does Saturn dare try to structure up the water unless it just freezes it up? And it's like, well, good. We just solidified all of the information right there. Now what? Click that over. Do you have any other water you want to freeze? I don't know. You can't freeze. I don't know the depths of things. I don't know. So here we go. Okay, so we have all this Gemini, and then by the time the Sun hits 18 degrees, and Mercury hits 18 degrees, and Venus hits 18 degrees, there's just this string of squares. It will be apparently the Sun and Venus will be squaring Saturn and Venus is going to see me. It's happening pretty much right now. Venus, Sun, square Saturn. How's your love life doing? If you have anything of a love life right now, like if you feel somebody that you can feel, it's like, well, this person actually, I think it's working, kind of a thing. You're so lucky because right now it's on the rocks. I mean, everybody's being tested, and it's probably moving into shambles with a lot of, for particularly now. I'm sorry, but some people they were born with Venus square Saturn, and they are, they naturally think that love is hard work, and they have to go through a whole roundabout with it, right? And but then they get through that, and before they finally realize that it's really about letting go, and you know when it's love, when the hard work starts to let up. Who really knows that? I think only a musician kind of can demonstrate that through the fact of resonation. You know, I'm kind of refining myself right in front of your face. I hope you appreciate it. Send me $35,000 and I'll stop. I'll just go to the beach and sit there and say, forget this fucking trying to figure out something. Money isn't for figuring out something. It's just for thinking, thank God, where's my umbrella? Tahiti. Thank you. Good luck. Good luck, though, because it's like, wait, but what is this? Don't you know how to make a martini anymore? I like what Jim Carrey says. He says, I just hope everybody makes $55 million as soon as possible, so they can figure out as soon as possible that money is not the answer. I'm barely there. It's like, really, no, really, I would like to get that motorcycle. And why didn't I get it the last time I had a little bit of money? Because it was just a little bit of money. I'm sitting here going, stupid. Really, I should have bought it a long time ago. Really, I should have just said, fucking first thing, would you please? Truck? Who has a truck? I'm getting a motorcycle. I don't care. Just give me it right now. Thank you. Didn't do it, so I'm suffering a little bit. But there's still time for us late blooming Libras. You know, we're going to be somebody pretty soon. As soon as we get out of the bar. I'm just kidding. The saying goes, get drunk and be somebody. Oh, shut up. Now we're talking about the Saturn in Pisces. You know, if it squares somebody. Like, yeah, the Gemini, it's squaring Gemini. So it's a big slow down. It's like slow down is good. It's like by the time we get to the 12th, the 11th, really is the 12th, Mercury right at the middle, or just about the middle of its trip, like it's trying to groove through Gemini really quick. Saturn is saying slow down. In fact, will you please turn it around? Can you please just give it a little bit more structure? Don't run through it so fast. Would you use a little bit more vocab? Did you really say it right that time? No, go back, listen to it. That was stupid. Are you not eating? This is what really how I feel. I love it. For me, it's like, because Saturn is trining my Saturn, and you know, it'll trigger our karma and stuff. And for me, it's pretty deep. Everybody has just their personal karmas, and you don't take that personal. Really, it's just everybody has their life, right? And going back, click, narcissists. You're not alone. You know, nobody's alone here in our traumas and our going through just the hell that is actual life. Gee, you know, I wish we can help each other better. I wish we can put the illusion completely away and say, you know what in the hell is this worth? All of the encapsulation of fear, which is to say all of the encapsulation of mind. Yeah. So, you know, with Saturn, it actually rules fear, but it's kind of, well, don't say but. It's not really that great. You know, Saturn isn't God. It's actually, just put the R down, keep the S up as Saturn, Satan. Satan. And so then with astrology, we do point at plUtO, UO. UO, just the UO alone is like, wow. IO, who O, UO? Oh, but is it really the O that you think? No. O is good if you look at it, as you should. There's OWE, and now it's like the same as in free, the same E, but you have O that says, I go forever. I'm like, I am God, I am now, I am, you get it, it's pi. And then the W is just a wave. It could be M2 if you just flip it upside down. If you think I lied right there, then or that's not the truth, you're not safe for the children. Castrate yourself, please. Anyway, getting back to the design that you're looking at, the word O or any kind of, it's in a lot of words. We have Mars creeping onto Pluto, and I'm a Pluto Mars kind of person, and it's like, go ahead, make my eggs. I mean, how bad can you get with Mars inside of the house of Taurus? I mean, I would imagine after being in Aries, it's a big, I would say, look out for the shutdown, but then it's squaring Pluto, so it's like we are still practicing our rebellion, and I think it's going to work this time. It's kind of funny. The tables are flipping, and it's like, wait a minute, you're actually gonna, these people are going to fight against other people that are saying, don't disease us anymore, stop poisoning things. Why did you do that? Especially in my community. Just look at it. See, it's terrible where I am at. It's not right because they're turning it into a, I was just going to say slot machine, but I don't know what I mean by that. It just felt fun saying it. Whew. See, with this planets in Gemini, if I don't just be myself and animate as a freaking cartoon, and it says I'm a pretty good astrologer, and I know what it means when Neptune is about to go over your ascendant. All right, it takes roughly, I would say, about 180 years for Neptune to go throughout the whole zodiac, and if it goes over your ascendant, congratulations, you happen to be living within the span of the small time that Neptune will be going through onto your ascendant. It's within 180 years. You just happen to be one of those people. I am one. And it's a big be careful, really. It's more like, I hope you can handle what's coming. I mean, really, because it's Aries, it has to do with the entire human organism is going to feel this. It's not necessarily backing up into your personal chart within the organism. See, the organism is Aries. It's the physical body. It's the I am that says, all right, I've made it, and it's flexing its muscles, and it's just going. It's not thinking. This is what's beautiful about Aries. It's not going to think first. It's just going to go. It's just the animal instinct that's needed to. That's the first reaction, and the most soundest reaction, to tell you the truth. It's not lying about how it feels. Basically, it's upfront, frank. That's why we love Aries. Aries is hot as hell. Because of that, they're just up front and frank. I mean, people think that they're uh, uh, abrasive or what is it called, like harsh. But maybe they just need some attention. Give them a glass of water. The poor things, poor everybody that doesn't understand that there's astrology here and says, well, these people are different. You don't really want to mix Aries and Cancer too much unless they understand each other. Then they can really, really get along. And understand. It's the best thing in the world, right? It's better. Anyway, there is so much going on with we don't know what is causing our symptoms of disease, if it at all is happening. It could be spiritual warfare. You could be feeling other people's emotional lives and getting into it. And this particular section was brought to us by editing. I love that, don't you? Some videos I failed to edit, and it's like, oh no, I'm getting more subscribers, and I'm just rattling off. But see, the thing is talk about a pressure cooker that's kind of subdued and weird. The rebellion, it's the energy of. Okay, so you want to talk about Mars in Taurus, and then the Pluto in Aquarius that's going to be squaring, and then we have. Let's look at this closer, because that's pressure cooker feel. I mean, basically the truth is on the table about a lot of things, and you can't deny. Okay, so evil will try to get its way. But it doesn't. It passes by with this. It's just like brace yourselves, So in June here we are already, and about to turn a page here with us. We have just tracking this event. This is very interesting this month. Like, why are people just exhausted and they haven't said, by the way, we have another fucking thing happening this month. How Mars is going to square Pluto. on the 10th, 9th, 10th, and then um, but then this kind of role of the square with Saturn. Whew, how's your headache? Uh, well, see, because Mercury is going through Gemini and it's going to square Saturn, and Mercury is in Gemini is highly communicative. I think it's communicative on a level that we don't understand yet because how our minds are really. Mercury rules the mind, it rules the human duality kind of phase of realization. Like we have, it really does rule the union of two lovers, two people, the twins. Um, it does. If anything, they think that Libra has something to do with that, but no, it's a trine, it's an air trine, and it gets farther into what Libra rules is balance between the two. If there's something going on, like now, it's really looking like an energetic thing. It's really interesting because I don't think it has anything to do with money. We don't need money if we are more creative people on a level that is like above the level of what is it, folks? Can you think with me? A lot of people just think that money is found on a periodic scale of elements. Elements. What I mean is that creation of creation cannot exist without money, and it's like, no, actually, your perception about creation of creation has been stifled because there is an institution called money that keeps you happily cozied up, not knowing a fucking thing of the truth, and that it's a mental institution called the financial institution. Who has made a safe escape? We really don't know because that has the ability to program your mind up through, I mean, it's electrified, right? And it's also really just you're held captive. Don't forget you have gunpowder as your main shaman. Listen to that one and you'll be just fine. And you don't know those maps that they show you, that they try to teach you, and even about the shape of the world or whatever, the earth is, you don't know, really. You just don't. You didn't take your friend on a walk and say, let's go see. And not even a plane can run fast enough to find out what is out there really hiding. Wherever Amelia Earhart flew off to and never to return, wherever the most intelligent people really went.